Hello. Welcome, my friends and fellow seekers. Hello, hello. Who's all here today? Hi, welcome aboard. My name's Greg. I don't recognize those two pictures. Hi. If you're new, say hi, where you're from. My name is Greg Phillips. Hey, Kim. No wonder I didn't recognize your picture. There's Bonnie. How are you? So good to see you. Kim, how's the future looking? Yay, my delicious and delightful friends. It's nice to be here. Hi, Shelly, or Sherry. Sorry, wrong name. Hi, beautifuls. Yes, I love that. Hello. Everyone is so beautiful. Bonnie. My friends, I still need to make my numbers list. So what's going on? How are you guys today? How is your journey? Welcome to March. There we go. I am feeling really good today. Leap Day was quite powerful for me. For anyone who follows Jackie Mancuso, she had recommended checking out an astrologer on YouTube called Molly McCord. And particularly, Molly has two recordings about the leap day. And she did some serious channeling on these videos, which was really quite amazing and blew my mind. Um, and there was this really powerful message at the end from these people. Oh no, is the sound off? Hello? Uh-oh. Oh, yep, Sherry, you might need to drop out of the app and come back in. Okay. Phew. Hi, Nicole. You did? Oh, very cool. Me too. I intentionally listened to them on Leap Day. Okay, Sherry, good luck. Just drop the app, like completely close out the app and come on back. Yeah, so what Molly ended up doing was she ended up channeling these time masters, these masters of time from ancient civilizations like the Mayans and the Incas, who are no longer on this planet or even seems like this galaxy or dimension. And they had lots of really interesting information to share. And the big thing at the end was they were encouraging us to let go of everything that is making our lives so dense, that's filling everything that's filling our mind and filling our lives and the density that we live in. And they said that letting go of all this density was the current path to experimenting with, working with time. And they said that the leap days were this incredible uh portal into different timelines, meaning the different timelines of our life. So it was really, really blew my mind. And as I was listening to it, like it was like I went somewhere else, and then all of this information like really sunk in me on a deep way, like not in an intellectual way, not a mental way. I was just sort of listening and absorbing it, and all of a sudden, all the baggage from these last 15 years, all the stories that I've been telling about my experience of the last 15 years just sort of dissolved. And I suddenly realized that the last 15 years were not about the stories that I've been telling, but were about preparing and fine tuning my spiritual sensitivities, my energetic sensitivities, so that I could be here now offering ChakraTouch and helping guide people on their path. And that like completely dissolved any angst or guilt or shame or anything, any emotional responses I had to all the stories that I've been telling. I mean, I still tell the story because I think it's helpful, but the charge that I've had for 15 years around the story just was gone. And I suddenly had a whole new value, a whole new way of valuing these last 15 years, which relates to Jackie Mancuso's readings from this morning. Yeah, Nicole, it was really quite profound. So much so that I'm probably going to have to listen to that video again because I feel like it's sunk in on such a deep level that it's difficult to explain because it's not just a shift of perspective. Like that would be one thing, right? If I were, which I've been doing, that's just part of my practice is to try and always find a better feeling perspective on anything that feels bad. But this was just like this was like someone or something gave me permission to just drop all that, let it go, and actually be happy and excited about what I just went through for 15 years. Like, totally amazing. Just blows my mind. Anywho, that's what's going on with me. Yes, her name is Molly McCord. And I can't put a link in, but I think I can type it, or can someone else type it that knows it? My mic is like right in front of me, my keyboard, so it's hard to type. Molly McCord? Becca. Yeah, Becca knows. She studies with Jackie too. Yeah, just I mean, the first part's all about the astrology. That's like the majority of the first video is all about the astrology. But then all of a sudden, these time masters, these masters of time come in and she starts channeling. And I love how she just rolls with it because it's a total departure from the astrology related to the leap days, right? And then she just goes on with this channeling. And then the whole second video is all about the channeling from these masters. And it's really quite fascinating to me personally. I'm a bit of a, I mean, I don't study it, but I'm a bit of a buff about any of the ancient civilizations and I mean, there's so much we don't know about them, like the Mayan calendar and the way they saw life, and I've heard rumors about how Atlantis, their entire society was crystalline based and that all of their energy was based on crystals, like that kind of stuff just blows my mind because that is not the 20th century, Earth that we live on, right? But, the Earth itself and we as the people who inhabit it are constantly evolving, growing, shifting, and expanding. So anything really is possible. And for me to feel so differently, now I'm probably going to need a reminder down the road, right? But for me to feel so differently on a cellular level, really is what I'm talking about, an energetic cellular level, to feel so differently about the last 15 years, to not feel bad about quote unquote everything I lost. I was I was letting it go. I was freeing the clutter of my life. I didn't realize it. It hurt like the dickens because there were days when I didn't have a dime to scrape together and I was sleeping in my car. But like it's like the 15 years had purpose. They weren't aimless. They weren't useless. They weren't just life happening at me or anything we could, any kind of story or phrase or labeling we could come up with, right? I've always known that it was part of my spiritual journey, but not at this depth. So I am just like I feel like I'm in a different place today. And I actually yesterday started looking closer at my finances. I started looking a little bit closer at my business structures. I was like working on my group program. I even reached out to a dear friend who's one of my clients, and I said, I want your feedback. Like, let's talk. And she's like, oh, I've been wanting to talk to you. So we had this great conversation on the phone, and it was just this beautiful, amazing day. Like, I had no idea Leap Day could be so powerful. Anyways, what are you guys saying? Did Sherry make it back yet? Yeah. Nicole says she has many channeled recordings on her website that have some incredible information. You have to sign up for them, but they're free. She wanted them a bit more private than her more public podcasts. Yes, that makes sense. Yeah, Becca, I think it was worthwhile to check out. Just be forewarned. it's a lot of information, so take it slow. Hi, Peter. Good to see you, our friend. Lemuria too. Ooh, I don't know much about Lemuria. Oh, Lemuria. Yeah, they were crystalline, just like Atlantis. Okay, good to know. Yes, Becca, it was healing and productive. And well, I'm not going to say it was overdue, right? We're all on a specific journey, and it's occurring now for a particular reason. Like I probably wasn't vibrationally at the place where I could integrate this information in the last 15 years, but I was yesterday, and that's pretty amazing. So just a lot of appreciation for that. Oh, I haven't started names yet, Cherry, but because you spoke up first, you are getting number one. So anyways, hey, Gary, welcome. That's me. Does anyone want to say how they're doing? Please tell me. I love hearing about what's going on for you guys. Tammy, you want three? Okay. What influenced you to know it was the right time? That's a good question, Becca. Can you clarify a smidge earlier? What do you mean? Like, yes, to know yesterday was the right time? Gary, I don't want to do love bomb at the beginning because there's only 20 people, and then like I mean, yeah, it's an amazing energy, but I really like sort of ramping up to it and then letting everybody who comes late have that beautiful experience too. Ooh, Linda did a dog walk. Very nice. Becca, you know what? I've always honored that there is a mystery to how life unfolds for us, right? And particularly our spiritual journeys. And I think for the last I can't really speak to why yesterday was the right time. But when Jackie recommended the videos and they were about Leap Day, and I'd pulled them up and hadn't watched them yet, and Molly made them like 2, 3 weeks ago, I was just like, I feel like I'm supposed to listen to this on Leap Day. And yeah, so there it was. But for the last month, as I've been feeling not entirely myself, like not fully in my power. I've been feeling kind of shaky on certain topics in life, and I don't know, it was just yesterday, just like it was like I went into a portal, literally, and absorbed all this new information, and then it was like, yes, this is exactly what I needed to sort of bring myself back to center and to move forward again. I don't know how else to explain it. Yeah. What else are you guys saying? Legs 11, please, but my energy is over the place. Oh, Kim, are your legs off? Peter, I was talking about Molly McCord, somebody that Jackie Mancuso had recommended her followers to check out about Leap Day. Yeah, thanks, Nicole. Nicole's on it. Thanks for being my scribe right there, Nicole. Becca says, amazing. You've influenced me to pay closer attention to my own. Your own what, Becca? That is interesting. I do find that fascinating. Peter, yeah, on YouTube, yeah. While we're chit-chatting and you guys are telling me how you are and what's current for you spiritually, who else wants to get on the list? I only have two names. If anyone's new, please feel free to say hi, raise your hand. We're all friends here, even though we may not have met yet. Nicole, I will add you. I don't know why. I just completely spelled your name wrong. Peter will take you on too. And Susan. Do I do this every time? Do I sing song people's names every time I write them down? I don't know why. It's fun. To pay more attention to my own intuition, Becca says, and messages coming my way. It's been really beneficial to me. And that you're actually hitting the nail on the head, Becca, because 15 years ago was when I was first given the ChakraTouch gift, which is, for anyone who doesn't know, that's what I do here on my lives. It's called ChakraTouch. To me, like that was just like sort of like a splash of water compared to where I am now. Like now I'm actually in the pool of it. Like I'm swimming in it. And what I can do with it and have been doing and how it's just evolved, just doing the lives with all of you wonderful people is just so much more expansive and has developed in a way that I couldn't have controlled or predicted. And it's all just been following my intuition. So yeah, who knows what can result from listening to and following our intuition. Jeanette, my dear, dear friend from the great north. How are you, dear? She's like one of the first people who called me dear one, and I just love that. Jeanette, you are so special. Hello. Oh, good. Gary's out for a walk. Sherry says making the Deg by idiom on when to euthanize your doggo. Oh, goodness gracious. That sounds challenging, Sherry. And then to have the finances do so. Oh, goodness. All right, Linda, I'll add you. Oh, does it? A giant heart. Yeah, that's the, look at that. We had an infinity sign come up for somebody on Wednesday's live, and I don't know why, but I've just really been kind of zoning in on it. Decision. Okay, Sherry. Gary's new. You're new today. Bundled up, Jeanette. Sounds good. All right. Currently, I have Sherry, Nicole, Tammy, Peta, Susan, and Linda. Who else wants to be on the list? Jeanette. See, I do it. I love saying people's names in a sing-songy way. March 1st. It's also a new beginning when you think about it, right? I know numbers are like, I'm into numbers. Some people are too, and others aren't. But yeah, even though it's just a calendar, but it's the beginning of a new month, right? So we're moving into a new energy. Becca, you're new here? Oh, cool. Okay. I should probably explain. Thank you, Becca. Apologies. Kim, you want number 11? Okay. That's technically Kiana's, but we'll give it to you since she's not here. Okay. So Becca, what I do, I'm an intuitive healer and spiritual energy guide. So I do something that I call ChakraTouch. It was a gift that was given to me. And I have this ability to use my hand chakras. Thank you, Christina. Thank you very much. It was a lovely birthday. I have this ability to use I take my chakras in my hands and I tap into and listen to whoever's having a reading, or a private session with me. I tap into their chakras and I just open myself up to love as a channel. And then I watch and I listen and I witness and I observe, and their energy starts to show me visuals, sounds, colors, and I begin to describe and reflect that back to the person having the reading. And then together, I work with them to coach them and guide them on how to use that energy to whatever resolution the energy wants. So sometimes the energy wants to reveal a new insight, or sometimes the energy, which is all purely in the moment, it's not predictive in any way. It's all about what is now, energy, how the energy is now. Sometimes the energy leads to these amazing, profound soul integration journeys that we go on. Sometimes it's physical healing or emotional healing. Sometimes it's just simply loving and accepting ourselves through the art of allowing, and it's really quite profound. And you can ask anybody who's had one. It's an incredibly relaxing journey for one, and also it's just really unique. So here we do lives, and I have a special format where I put everybody's number into a spin the wheel app, and then the universe picks who gets to go next. So that way it unfolds with a little bit of mystery, and I usually trust that if you've got a question and you don't get called, that somebody else's reading will often have a piece of important information or insight for you. So thank you, Bonnie. Yes, I do. I am beginning to embrace that this gift is amazing. I've been struggling with label to use because I've been sort of operating under as energy healer, but then people will say, "Oh, is it like Reiki?" And I'll be like, "I don't know. I've never had Reiki, but I don't think it's anything like Reiki." Because we go on a journey. We literally go on a journey. And that's part of my storytelling strong suit, I guess, is to guide people on journeys. Anywho, so now I'm calling it intuitive healing because I'm using my intuition to help people on their path, to guide them and heal them. So that is a long-winded explanation, Becca, but I hope that makes sense. Oh, hey, Elaine, welcome. The list is basically to get on for a reading. So I've currently got Sherry, Nicole, Tammy, Peta, Susan, Linda, Jeanette, and Kim. Who else would like to be on the reading? A ChakraTouch reading. Yep, I read chakras, but it's bigger. I read your energy of where you are currently at in the moment. Kim, you're already on 11, dear. Becca, I'm going to add you. Becca gets 8 now. Okay. I vaguely remember your giggling gremlin, Gary. Bonnie, you want one? Anybody can get on the list. That's the beauty of using the spin the wheel. We just let the universe decide who gets picked. So everybody can get on the list. Bonnie, I just put you on. Wednesday, I was able to do 4 people. So you're welcome, dear. All right. That's it for the list, unless anybody wants to speak up now or later, but I will manage the numbers for a moment. Musical interlude while I manage the numbers. Anybody? How many do we have? Okay, I have to take 10 out. Oh, Ashley, welcome. Hey, thanks. Glad to have you here. Yeah, I'll add you to the list too. Perfect. I don't have to take 10 out now. You just saved my fingers from extra work. Thank you so much. All right. Time to spin the wheel, my friends. Let's see who gets to go first. Yeah, it's a nice butterfly. I like that too. Lucky number 2. Let's see who was that. Nicole, you are the first contestant on Have a Journey with Greg. I don't Also, for all of you who are new, I am a goofball at heart. I'm silly. I like to keep it light. It's just how I roll. So hope you appreciate it. All right, Nicole. So, did I get scratched? No. If you're talking about my birthmark, you're the first person in 3 months to actually ask about it. This is a port wine stain. I don't know why, but it looks really clear today. Usually only kids and deaf people ask about it. Chew on that. Thank you, Bonnie. I love having you here. All right, Nicole, what do you got for us? What guidance do you seek? Nicole says, awesome. I've been having a lot of discomfort in my throat. I have some insight into perhaps why, but would be interested in hearing what you can pick up. Thanks, Michaela. It is really cool. Before I work with Nicole, I'll just tell you a quick little funny story. So when I was like in the 3rd grade, like I said, kids and deaf people, they would ask about it, right? And I wasn't much for kind of like trying to fool people, but I took the opportunity and I said, well, I fell in cherry pie and my mom couldn't get the stain out. And they would go, oh my. They actually believed me. So that's one thing I used to say, and the other thing I used to say, because I was Catholic and I was a fairly devoted Catholic, but I would say that's where Jesus kissed me. So that's evidence of my Piscean nature at a young age. Yeah. So both a silly and a spiritual answer, which I guess is pretty much my 2 sides. Anywho, let's help Nicole. Yeah. Yeah, that is cute. Okay, Nicole. For anyone who's new, I work a lot with hand placements, which helps you sort of kind of helps the 2 of us sort of sync up, but it also helps you sort of make a physical connection to the chakra that we're working on. And it really is a wonderful way to do it. Yes, Carrie, I will add you as well. So, Nicole, if you would please, well, it doesn't really matter what position you're in, but if you are sitting, uncross your legs if they're crossed and just place both feet flat on the floor. That's just for grounding. And then take your left hand and really gently place it here on your throat, my friend, and then just place your right hand over it. And you don't want to be gripping your neck. I mean, you can place your hands around it. You just want to have a real gentle and loving touch and just make sure your arms are really, really relaxed, okay? And then I'm gonna tap in, tune in and check and see what we have going on. Can you tell me a little bit, discomfort in your throat? Can you describe the discomfort any better, Nicole? Let's see. Yeah, I'm getting a very scratchy, well, it's actually, mm, the energy isn't moving in a scratch, but that the energy feels kind of scratchy. Yeah, there's a huge energy. It's filling your whole throat space, but it's like a porcupine's body, I want to say, or like is it called a spine fish? It's like it's a glob, so it's sort of not fully formed, but it's sort of a glob, sort of sitting on the floor of your throat, if you will, and it's got some motion in it, but there's tons of spikes. Do sea urchins have spikes? I can't remember. But yeah, so it's like a porcupine's back, I guess like a sea urchin, right? Um, it's not round though, so it's sort of, I don't know why, but I always picture floors in different energy spaces. So there's like a floor to your throat space, right? And it's sitting on the floor. So if anything, it's sort of making like a dome shape, but it's got a blobby feel to it. So it's not like a perfectly formed half dome. So it's just sort of, there's some movement in it, but the spikes are quite long, large. They're not large. They're they're long and sharp, and because this blob is taking up so much room, the spikes are definitely like they're out, and they're not just pricking the edges or the what do you call it? They're not just pricking the outer boundaries of the throat space, but they're actually, I think there's some, let me see. Yeah, there's some puncturing going on. Yeah, so those spikes are puncturing some areas of the perimeter, if you will, of that throat space. So yeah, you've definitely got something there. Um, let's just take a little closer peek. So, Nicole, there's two different energies going on. Well, let me just, I guess they're wanting me to do some more describing. So the needles, the spikes are they appear to be very rigid, but they're incredibly thin. But it's like when at first glance, without looking really close, like if you're just sort of, if you were walking by this object and you just sort of glanced at it, you'd be like, oh wow, that looks dangerous. Those look really sharp and those look really firm and rigid. But the spikes are actually incredibly fragile. And the energy that I'm getting, there's both a protective energy uh in your throat, but there's also kind of this makes me a little sad. There's a hurtful energy, like you're hurting yourself somehow. So the throat chakra is typically it's the center for expression, for communication, for boundary setting, for expressing what we're thinking, for expressing how we're feeling. And there's a lot of times that the throat can get kind of all gunked up and blocked when there's something that we're wanting to express for ourselves emotionally or mentally, something that we're wanting to say that we haven't been saying, or a boundary we haven't been setting. Does any of that resonate, Nicole? You said that you had kind of an inkling of what it might be, but I'm sensing you've created this structure, probably from the mind. Yes, there's something you've been thinking about that has created this protectiveness around something else. So there's something hidden in this glob, and you've not only just hidden it in the glob, but you've added spikes to keep everything away from it. This is the same for you, Gary? Well, then tap into this, buddy. Do the hand placements, close your eyes and just sink into this and see what's true for you in this. So Nicole, how is that resonating? What's going on for you right now as I say that? And I'm not attached, for anyone who's new, I'm never attached to any being right or anything. I'm just doing my best to be of service and channel whatever comes through. So let me see what we want to do with this. What are you thinking, Nicole? Yes, boundaries are a challenge. I'm coming out of an intense couple of years of being my husband's caregiver during his cancer experience. My needs took a back seat during it. Okay. So, yes, okay. Hmm, hmm. Nicole, what I'm picking up on is a pattern of thought that basically goes like this. I can't do this unless I steal myself away. I can't do this unless I I firm up, harden up, strengthen up, or something like that. Does that relate? I mean, I can see it just feels like that's maybe a subliminal message you've been giving yourself throughout your husband's cancer experience. Does that make any sense? Yeah, okay. Okay. Mm, okay, good. Good. I just want you to sit with that thought for a moment, Nicole. It's not a comfortable thought. It's not an easy thought. Mm, mm. Oh, my friend, you didn't let yourself feel much throughout the process, did you? Ooh, yeah. Okay. Mm, yeah, 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 I understand. I've cared for the elderly through their death and dying process. I understand, but now it's time for you, my friend. Now it's time to take a closer look at this. So, Nicole, bring your hands down to your heart. Left hand first, right on your heart chakra, my friend, and then left hand first and right hand right over the top of it. And let's just find beautiful space in your heart right here. I'm picturing you sitting in the center of your heart space, and you have this beautiful, soft, comfortable blankie wrapped around your body, wrapped around your shoulders. You're sitting, maybe, I think you're sitting cross-legged, and you're just there, and you have this beautiful, beautiful blanket. It's got beautiful fabric and softness to it. It's so soothing and comforting, and the colors are just, they're subtle, but they're really, really beautiful. There's just lovely, I don't know what's on it. It's multicolored, maybe rainbows or flowers. I can't quite see. You can tell me what you see if you're a visual type person, or just sense into this comforting. beautiful, warm, soothing feeling of being in this beautiful blanket. And it's just such a safe space. It's nurturing. It's your heart space. And just drop in, sink into, and just absorb that feeling. And let the love of this blankie just envelop you. Mm, beautiful. You're doing great. Okay. Are you feeling it, Nicole? How's it feel? Hello, Seeds. Nice to see you. Let me know, Nicole, how deeply you're feeling this. If you're in this spot with the blankie. Yes, wonderful. So just be in this spot. I'm there with you energetically. We're just hanging out, enjoying the comforting and soothing of your own heart space, my friend, because you have a huge heart and so much love to give. And it's time to give that love back to yourself. So as you're feeling this soothing, this comfort, the warmth of the blanket comes into play, the weight of the blanket, just feel into, be the witness and the observer, really be present with all the different characteristics of this blankie, right? The weight, the warmth, the comfort, the softness. And as you sink into those different feelings or others that you're sensing, begin to turn the mind's eye ever so gently up to the throat chakra. Just take a peek with your mind's eye from your heart center and just look on at that spine fish or whatever we want to call it, that dome with sharp spikes on it, and just have some compassion. Just really hold it with what I call loving allowance, allowing all things to be in their own time and place, particularly starting with ourselves, and just be the observer of this blob of spiky energy. And as you're watching, just feel the compassion for what it had to do to create that level of protection. Not only is something surrounded by the blob, but the spikes were added, but now it's hurting you, and it's time to bring that piece of you home. And as you look up with love in your eyes, just mentally lift your hand up to the throat chakra and extend it out with a loving invitation for the blob to sort of just slither over onto your hand, and just watch as it recognizes your hand and just sort of gloms its way across the floor of your throat and just sort of rests on your hand. The bottom of the glob has no spikies. It's completely soft. It's a little gooey maybe. And just watch as it settles in on your hand, and then slowly bring it down from your throat, down into your heart space, down through the clavicle, right down to the center of your heart. And Nicole, what I want you to do is I want you to look around yourself. This blankie is huge. There's plenty of space under it, and there's a lot of extra folds. I want you to find someplace really comfortable and really safe to place this spiky blob, okay? And just look around and let me know whether you're placing it on your right or on your left, or maybe you're placing it on some folds inside underneath the blankie. You can decide. Just do it with as much love and tenderness as you can, because yeah, the spikes might hurt, but this poor little blob is really just protecting a tenderness. And so you want to be treating it with tenderness in return. And as you find a place to put it, under the blanket on your left, I love that. As you put it gently and lovingly under the blanket on the left, just look on, be the observer and the witness, and watch as the blob is embraced by the blankie, and watch as it sort of just adjusts itself to this comfort, to this new stimulus. Like, I feel like it's realizing that it can relax. It can relax, it can soften. And I keep saying blankie, but I'm just being silly. But the blanket is so strong and firm, the spikes can't like pierce through it. And so as the blankie sort of just evolve, like what do you sort of moves and shifts to sort of surround and embrace the blob, it just starts breaking the spines because they were really brittle. They were very fragile. They were sharp as heck, but they were fragile and they can't withstand this amazing love and softness and soothing quality and the warmth of this blanket. And just watch as the spikes break off, and they don't break off in half. They break off at where they join with the blob. They just all break and they fall on the ground and they leave this, they just turn into dust or they turn into a puddle and they just leave this beautiful residue of multicolored, like rainbow colored stardust. It's just sort of littered around this blob. And as the blankie, I keep saying blankie, as the blanket keeps coming in closer and closer to sort of hug and embrace the blob, just watch as the gooiness of the blob also sort of melts away. It is a blankie. I mean, this is probably an old part that is really wanting to be treated like a tenderly, like a loving, like a loved child, right? So, all right, Sherry, we'll see you in about 30. Yeah, just watch Nicole as the blankie just sort of, it just wants to get to the root of it all, and the glob, the gooiness just starts to melt away and it forms a puddle. So it's amazing. The spikes broke and made like stardust, multicolored rainbow stardust, and then this ooze of the slime of the glob is just sort of melting and diffusing into this beautiful puddle, right? And slowly and very gently, you begin to see what's been hidden within this spiky, no longer spiky and no longer globby blob. What do you see there, Nicole? What is it? Is it a shape? Is it an energy? What's it look like? And describe it to us. It's a heart. What color is it? It's a beautiful heart. It's fully intact, is what I see. It's small and tiny. It's been neglected or ignored or something for a little while, but it's there and it's in its full glory, a red heart. One of the things I always talk about when we do heart chakra stuff is it always amazes me the qualities that are available to us in our heart, right? The tenderness is conjunct or not conjunct, but the tenderness and the strength, and they exist together. The openness and the closedness, the fullness and the emptiness, the fragility and the solidity, they all exist in the heart all at the same time, just like our emotions, just like our sadness and our joy can exist at the same time. And our heart just embodies all these beautiful qualities. And as we are just sitting here, Nicole, and witnessing it, you're just the observer, and here is your heart. Here is your heart that you have been protecting all these years during this incredible, challenging, and whatever you experienced process with your husband's cancer. And here is your heart ready to be restored to you. So pick it up, my friend. Pick it up gently in your hands, and maybe there's some folds of blankie left on it, and just bring it right up to your chest and whisper to it, "It's so good to see you. I'm glad you're safe and glad I found you, and welcome home." And just bring it right up to your heart, Nicole, and let it sink and absorb right into your chest here in our vision. And take a deep, deep breath and let it go. Ah, how beautiful. just continue to whisper to your heart, Nicole, you are safe, you are secure, and you are loved. Welcome home. Welcome home. Mm, beautiful. Mm. Oh, what a journey, Nicole. Nurture that heart, my friend. You tucked it away. You tucked it away for safekeeping. And whether you had to or not is really irrelevant. All that's just story. The fact is, it's home now. It's home in your heart. It has all of its beautiful characteristics. And with that, your throat should be clear, hopefully. And you can now express everything you've been wanting to say or feel throughout these last few years. And I strongly encourage you to find a loving ear, to find somebody to sit with and express all of these feelings that have been locked behind this blob, my friend. I firmly believe that that don't say it so fast, that our emotions, which I think of as energy in motion, are our wow, too many words that sound alike. Our emotions are our superpower. And I say that from a lot of different perspectives. The law of attraction perspective, that emotions are our guidance system, and that when we can discern them and sort and sift through them and then learn what we're thinking that's creating those emotions, and when we can do that without judgment or without stories or without fear or piling on more of all of that, then we actually can develop a mastery around that helps us shift our vibration, that helps us be more aware of what we need to say in the moment, or the difference between what we're feeling emotionally and what somebody else is feeling emotionally. I don't know about you, but I'm very sensitive to other people's emotions, and it took a long time, but I had to learn how to discern the difference between what I was feeling and what somebody else was feeling, and even more difficult, what somebody else was feeling and then projecting onto me. Or even more difficult, what I'm feeling and projecting onto somebody else, right? So it's just, yeah, it's all part of love. Like, this is who we are, my friends. We are love, and we're all connected by it. So I really just think that the more we can drop into our hearts and out of our minds, I was talking about that video earlier. One of the things that was coming through was that one of the messages was that our minds are really cluttered. There's so much density of things that we're holding on to in our minds. The more we can let go of all these things, amen to meditation, channeling, whatever works, right? Our intuition, the more we can let go of those and drop into our heart, into love, then the less dense we are spiritually, the less dense we are mentally, and the less dense our lives become. And I believe that then opens up our ability to master things like our emotions, our intuition, and whatnot. Oh, there's my little rant, my extra little rant. Nicole, it's funny you envisioned a blanket. I had a favorite blanket when I moved away for college years ago. I used it so much it fell apart. For my 21st birthday, I asked my mom to have it repaired. Oh my God. That is awesome, Kim. I agree. Nicole, I love this for you. Amazing journey. Amazing journey. If you want any support, I have a feeling there's a lot of feelings that you haven't been aware of, let's just say, because of what, you needed to do to be there for your husband. If you're wanting support around that, I do privates. I would love to unpack more of this with you if you feel so called. If not, please find somebody to help you. I don't necessarily mean professionally, but just somebody to listen. You've been on a long road and you're coming through the other side of it. And I feel like your heart is asking for expansion. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you chose to bury a lot. Like, take ownership of it. This may not resonate for you. If it's off, no problem. But I did sense that this was all your decision. Um, Amazing. Okay, you're working with somebody. I love that for you. Fantastic. Yeah. And I'm not saying that in a that was right or that was wrong. It wasn't. It's just what you did. It's just what we do, right? We make a decision in the moment and then we go on our journey. And then down the road, we find out whether that decision continues to work for us or not, right? And if it doesn't, hopefully we let it go and we grow and we expand. So I love this for you, Nicole. Awesome. How does your throat feel now? Are you complete? Those are my two main questions for you. Welcome. If you are recently joining us, we just did a wonderful reading slash journey for Nicole. That was beautiful, Nicole. I appreciate your vulnerability and your courage for wanting to look at this. Good morning, Joanne. Nice to see you. Okay, are you complete, my dear? Yeah. Hello, Kim. Oh, Gigi's in Melbourne. Okay, got it. Yes, great, Nicole. Yeah, there's probably residuals, Nicole. It's been there for a long time. I have a feeling that the spikes were poking into the perimeters for a while. So you're gonna have some tenderness. It's probably gonna be sore for a little bit, you know. Just be loving with it. Be allowing and and just trust your body to heal to heal that emotional owiness. Okay. Alrighty, great. Alrighty, let's add Gary to the list. Does anyone else want to get on the list for a reading slash journey? If you're new here, my list is a spin the wheel so that the universe decides what to or who to call on. Gigi, am I saying that right? Gigi, or is it hard G's? Gigi? Gigi. Gigi, you are added. Welcome, welcome. Correct. GG. That's like my first initial twice. I love that. Nice to meet you. Anyone else want to get on the list before I spin again? Going once, going twice, going three. All right, we're spinning. Happy Friday, happy Saturday, happy weekend to all of you. I hope it is going well and going to be good. All right, the lucky winner is number 1. Sherry, are you back? Sherry had to go. Okay, so if Sherry comes back, she'll be next, but I'm going to spin again. Oof, we got number 5. Susan, are you still here? Susan, you're the next one up. Yay, Susan's here. All right, Susan. I think you said you were new, right? Well, you just watched, hopefully, what we did with Nicole. So what can I be of assistance for? What guidance are you seeking? You can form it as a statement, a question. If I don't understand, I will ask clarifying questions to learn more. So what do you seek, my friend? Susan says, I've had a rough 15 years. I was talking about 15 years earlier, too. Mostly made by some poor decisions in retrospect. I understand poor decisions. Yes. Okay. What else? While Susan's typing the rest, what do I want to say? If you would like to show your appreciation for me or for ChakraTouch or just for this beautiful space, there are 3 amazingly simple and beautiful ways to do that. You can follow me on my Insight Timer profile. You can listen to, rate, and review, particularly review any of my tracks. For those that don't know, teachers actually get paid for every listen and paid to reply for every reply we make to every review. So the third way, as you all know, is donations. I absolutely love donations, and it supports my business and my livelihood. But not everybody's in a financial position to donate sometimes. So it's nice to know that just listening and reviewing tracks helps support your favorite teachers. In addition to that, if anybody uh feels like they'd like me all to themselves for an hour, I do privates. And they're just like this, but an hour long, and we could talk about pretty much any topic that you would want to cover. So if you have any interest in that, please reach out to me either through my socials on the about page of my profile on Insight Timer, or you can shoot me a direct message. I love doing them, and who knows, we might even become fast friends like me and my friend Gemini Jenny. That's my little advertisement. Susan's also saying, just tired and looking for some direction and guidance. Okay, my dear. Well, I can feel your tiredness already. Oof. Yeah. Wow. Susan, I'm sensing it's felt this way before. Yeah. It's that really sort of what's the right description? It's just really just feeling this worn out energy, just worn down by the time of it all. Am I correct on that? Not that I'm attached to being correct, but I wanted to see if we're in the right direction. Yeah. So it's not so much it's like okay, they just gave me the word emotional weariness, my friend. That's how I would describe it. Yeah, yeah. God, do I relate to that? I've had that plenty of times in my life. Raise your hand in chat if you can relate to this emotional weariness Susan is experiencing. It just can really drag you down. My friend, I think what we're going to do, wishing the time away so I'm on the other side. Well, let's see what we've got. Susan, I want to invite you to place your left hand on your belly. So you want to place your left thumb on your belly button, okay? The fingers resting on the belly below it, and then place your right hand over that. Also, thumb on the belly button, all right? And we're just gonna see what's going on down in your belly in the grounding center. Mm. Oh, goodness, yeah. I see you walking a path, just sort of stumbling along, barely able to pick up your feet, pretty much dragging your legs. It's a dark, dark path. You can almost hear the scraping of your shoes along this ground. Mm. Your shoulders are slumped and you're stooped over. And I see you walking through a dense, dark forest, my friend. I know this might be difficult to see this image, but I just want you to be as much of an observer with your mind's eye as you can, Susan. No judgment, no stories. I want you to just watch and witness as you see yourself moving along this forest floor, legs sort of dragging behind you. Not a lot of energy, hardly enough energy to move. And if anyone wants to support her, please place your hands on your belly or your hands on your heart chakra and just either feel deep grounding in your belly or love in your heart. You do not have to send it to her, but you can if you feel called to. And you can just hold that space, that energy inside of you, and she will be touched by it. So, Susan, Hello, Monica. Yes, you inspired me to have an infinity sign. I'm working with Susan right now, but remind me again when we're done and we'll get you on the list. Susan, are you with me with this image? I know it may be hard to look at, but you'll have all of our loving support with you on this journey, okay? And I'm here with you too. Okay, good. So here we are. You're just walking as well as you can through this forest, and I just want you to slowly raise your head. Forget about how heavy your legs feel for a moment. And just slowly pick your head up as you sort of plod along, left foot, right foot. And I want you to just start to look at the forest. It seems like it's dark, but there's plenty of color. There's some light ahead, and there's a lot of movement and motion. There's lots of different animals and critters there in the forest, and I just want you to turn your head up a little and begin to look around. Have that curious mind as you walk very, very slowly and begin to look for things that you consider beautiful in this forest. There might be a beautiful purple flower or a beautiful butterfly flying by, or the light from the sun might come through the leaves of the canopy above in just that perfect way that sort of just breaks up the light beams as you walk through. Okay, Peta, love and light to you as well, dear. Okay, Susan, and just continue to walk and allow the scene to unfold and evolve around you. And just continue to look for these beautiful little pieces of life. And as you walk, you see a critter here, a butterfly there. You hear a bird in the distance singing its beautiful song with careless abandon. And you see a light in the distance. It's a clearing of sorts. And just be curious and just gently and gradually head in the direction of this clearing. And when you get to the edge of where the clearing and the trees meet, it is awfully bright. You might want to take a moment and let your eyes adjust. It's very, very bright. So just take a breath, shuffle around a little bit as you wait for your eyes to adjust. And as they do, you see in the center of the clearing this amazingly beautiful bed. It's the perfect bed. It's got just your preferred headboards or footboards, and the comfort of the comforter and the pillows are exactly the way you like it, and is the most perfect sheets in the world that you could ever imagine owning and having on your bed. And the bed looks so incredibly inviting. Just gently and carefully bring yourself over to the side of the bed. Very carefully and gently, I want you to lower your body. Don't just plop on the bed. Be intentional. If you need to, back up to the bed, to the edge of the bed until you feel it touching the backs of your legs, and then slowly lower your butt onto the mattress. And just feel the comfort of sitting on this amazing, it's probably like this double pillow top mattress with just the right hardness or softness or whatever you like. And it just feels so good to take a load off and sit on this bed for a second. And you can feel the pillows calling to you. And very gently raise the covers and swing very gently and intentionally, swing your legs underneath the covers and begin to lie down, my friend. Fluff the pillows as you need to. Just get them centered. Get your head centered on the pillows into the perfect comfy position. And close your eyes and listen to the forest around you. Feel the sunshine shining down through the opening in the clearing, warming your entire body. You've been on a long road, my friend, walking through this forest, this dark forest teeming with life. It's time to rest. Let it all go. Let the sunshine melt the struggle away. Let the sounds of the birds and the frolicking of the critters in the forest ease and soothe your heavy heart. And if you have any resistance happening at all, my friend, just repeat after me. Right here, I'm safe, I am secure, and I am deeply loved. I can stay here as long as I want. This is your safe, grounded place, Susan. This is your place of restoration inside of you, a place you can go when you feel the weariness and do this visualization just to get some restoration, to be reminded of the beauty and the glory of life there in this forest that you created with your own mind's eye. It's a place you can go to nurture your heart, my friend, a place of allowing and a place of love. And take a moment before you open your eyes while you're laying in this amazing bed. Just take a moment and share your appreciation. Thank you, pillows. Thank you, comforter. Thank you, beautiful, luxurious sheets. Thank you, perfect mattress and stable bed. Thank you for being here for me, even just for a moment. Thank you so much. I really love you. I love that you're here for me. I love that I can come here. Thank you for helping me create a safe space to come to. And slowly and gently open your eyes, my friend. Stretch like you just had an amazing, long, refreshing sleep or nap. Stretch, literally physically stretch your arms if you want in real life. You can do it in the vision, but do it in real life if you want. Stretch your arms, get a good stretch in, wiggle your body around, swing those legs out of the bed and on the feet on the floor, and stand up with renewed vigor. The weariness of life may come back again, but you always have this place you can come to, Susan. And I would also invite you to check out my Love Bomb track and to, if it resonates with you, I would practice it. I would run it, or I would listen to it daily, at least for 7 days in a row. You had this turning point, Susan. This is the message I'm getting from, maybe it's my guides or yours. You're at this turning point where you have a choice to continue to succumb to the emotional weariness or to find and look for your way out of it. And this vision, this journey we just went on, has the potential to be the beginning of that. But you need to take the responsibility for making the decision or setting an intention or whatever words you wish to use, and really use the power of your mind not as the master So you don't want to be necessarily listening to all the stories and the judgments or whatever's going on for you, but you want to use the mind as a tool to focus so that you can hear your heart better, that you can follow your heart, and that your heart can be the master. Heart, teach my mind. But that's also a great one. I probably need to do a track on that because we use it so often, but you can just place your hands on your heart chakra, Susan. Close your eyes when you're feeling overwhelmed or feeling drained, and just say, heart, teach my mind. Heart, teach my mind, and allow your heart to become the master of your life using the tool of the mind. But yeah, the love bomb, it's a shift, man. It'll help you. Yeah, we all the bomb. I agree, Kim. Yeah, it's very powerful way to remember who you are, remember your heart, to tap into it and to raise your vibration. And I think that something like that, it doesn't have to be that, but it could be any tool that helps you shift your perspective away from what you've been enduring. I mean, you've been strong and courageous, but you're done. And to find a new way to look at things, my friend, a new way that feels better. What you're saying. Interestingly, I've never felt abandoned or alone. I love that for you. I always know that the universe has always and will continue to have my back. Amen. Hallelujah. Fantastic. That knowing, Susan, can be your bedrock. Now, the trick is tapping into that divine that you know is always there, and then shifting your perspective, because the emotional weariness, how do I want to say this? What's coming through? Emotional weariness. Okay, I'll just say it. Emotional weariness is a kind of giving our power away, but instead of giving it away to another person, we're giving it away to a situation, a scenario, or the way we're thinking about it. And when we give our power away, that drains us. We just lose it, right? It's so difficult to move through life in any situation in life when we give our power away. And so recognizing that moment at which you're giving your power away, because you're not actually, yes, you may physically be tired, but the emotional weariness is it's a built up response to the way you've been thinking about things. Yeah. And I agree with Kim. Go, Susan. I believe in you. I sense your energy is capable of much more, even more than what we've just tapped into today, Susan. There's a whole new experience for you energetically awaiting. You just have to walk that path. And I don't know exactly what that path is for you. I'm just here as a guide and as a trying to be of assistance. So I don't know if any of that makes sense. I hope it does. Do you have any questions, Susan? How are you feeling? I do appreciate your vulnerability and your willingness and courage to grow, though. I'm just always amazed by all of you on Insight Timer. Your courage and your vulnerability is just really inspiring to me. Okay, perfect sense. You're welcome, Susan. You already have the faith in the universe, my friend. Keep it. Ask it for help. My other great track that you might actually like, I know Joanne is using this quite regularly. I don't know if others are, but it's my track on divine invocations to start your day. It's just such a nice thing to do when you're needing just a little spot check reminder that the divine is always there, available to support us and help us. But sometimes we just have to ask for that extra oomph for kicking the butt or whatever it is we need. That particular track talks about divine courage, divine love, or focuses on divine courage, divine love, and divine wisdom. Three of my favorite things. All right, Susan, thank you for your journey today. I'm so honored that you let me join you for it. And if you're complete, I will move on to the next person. Awesome. All righty, here we go. Spinning the wheel again for our third and final reading today. Did Sherry come back? Sherry, are you back? Oh, I have to add Monica. I can't spin. Sherry, no Sherry. Okay. Alrighty, I'm spinning again. We'll see who goes last today. Last but not least, as they say. Number 10 is Ashley. Gigi, I did add you to the list, but I will only be able to do one more, my friend. So I encourage you to come back on Sunday. I'm live again on Sunday. I'm also live on Wednesdays and Fridays. Or if you really want to unpack something, I invite you to check out my privates. Always happy to do that. All right. Ashley, are you still here? If Ashley's not here, you might get a chance. Thank you for understanding, Gigi. I appreciate it. There's only so many I can do in an hour and a half, unfortunately. I wish I could do more, but Ashley, calling Ashley once. Love this infinity symbol. I was trying to find a one, Monica, that looked like what I saw inside you, but I just either they were too fast moving or they just didn't have the right flow. So I went with the subtler one to also match my colors. All right. No Ashley. I hope Ashley's okay. Maybe she got scared. Hopefully not. All right, we're spinning again. So cross your fingers or close your eyes and tap into your intuition, my friends, and we'll see who gets called next. I don't remember the color. Maybe I saw it, but I don't remember if I reported it to you. Who is number 6? That is Linda. Linda, are you still here? Me too, Bonnie. I love all my virtual backgrounds. I have a great amount of fun trying to pick them for us. Yes, Linda's here. Linda, you know how this works. So how can I be of assistance to you? What I love about this background is how perfectly I matched. Look at the blue. It's like perfectly matching my t-shirt. And then this orange up here is almost perfectly matching. It's amazing. I do have lots of fun, Jeanette. You should see the other options. Stick around to the end. I'll show you the other options I had for today so we can all have a little. Can I just read your current energy? Well, let's find out, Linda. Do you want to pick a chakra or do you just want me to wing it, as Gary says? Am I winging it? I have a feeling you want me to wing it. Linda, Linda, Linda. We're going to wing it. Like somebody said, these look like wings. Waiting to see what I get the strongest hit on. Oh, thump right in the belly. Linda, this is going to be a little bit more general, I think. Just taking a big picture look at everything. There's a thump in your belly and there's something very flighty, like butterflies or moths in your mind space. Check your heart here. And a kind of a, what is that? Let's see. Kind of an agitation in your heart. All right, Gigi, see you. Love to you as well. I'm feeling like there's something very deep, Linda, that is calling for your attention. Wow. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what this is about, but this statement just came through. Um, why aren't you accepting this? I have no idea what that means. Does that mean something to you, Linda? You recently met someone. Ooh, I love that for you. I'm assuming you mean romantic possibilities. Well, the heart isn't, it's not, there's not a good or a bad to it. I guess really a better word for the heart is, okay, this makes more sense now that you're describing this. Um, Not sure how you feel about it. Okay. So now this makes more sense. So there's this this is fascinating. I kind of relate to these feelings when I meet somebody that I'm attracted to or interested in. So the heart has it, it's not really agitation. It's a I don't have the right word. Come on, words, where are you? It's not an agitation. It is an excitability. Your heart is a bit excitable at the moment, and that completely makes sense with the sort of the butterflies in your mind. And the thump in your gut is a calling to grounding, is what I'm getting. The butterflies in the, it's funny because the butterflies are usually in our heart. But what this is saying to me is that there's sort of a bit of a flightiness mentally. Maybe you're, and like I always say, I'm not attached to being right, but maybe you're just kind of letting the thoughts fly around a smidge too much. And that is sort of quote unquote agitating or making the heart a bit excitable. And none of that is good or bad. I don't feel anything harmful in any of this energy. In fact, the flightiness energy is very light. It's very gentle. It's not chaotic. It's just sort of okay. I get why it said, why aren't you accepting this? I'm really now I'm feeling the sense of just okay. I feel like this is what's calling you, Linda, is to just really be completely present with everything you're experiencing about this meeting with of this person. Just be with the flighty thoughts, be with the excitable heart, be with the thumping in the belly. And it's like the thumping is just sort of saying like, be here now, be here now. Don't try to make any of all these different feelings and energies different, or don't pass any judgment on it. Don't add any stories to it. Just really be purely present. I mean, really, the essence of what we talk about here about loving allowance, right? Allowing all things to be in their own time and place. So, be the observer, be the witness, be present with the flighty thoughts. Actually, maybe even let them tickle your fancy a little bit, maybe be amused and curious about them, right? You're maybe thinking different things about this person or the experience. Your heart is excitable because it's new and it's fresh and it's unfamiliar. There's a lot of potential excitement slash the other side of that coin is anxiety and nervousness, excitement and nervousness, same energy, different ways of different thought patterns, basically. And then just that solid thumping in your belly to just the be here now. How does that feel? Yes, it is interesting. What's interesting to me, particularly, is not so much the each individual energy, but that each individual energy is really working in unison. So, like the flighty energy there. Okay, cool. The flighty energy. And it's just like, don't, not don't, I hate saying don't. Embrace it, my friend. Embrace it fully. Embrace it fully as your current energetic experience, right? It'll change as you become more comfortable and more knowledgeable of this person or more comfortable with how you're feeling about them. You'll find that you have that a deeper sense of that, a deeper connection to what it is. You'll be more used to maybe the excitableness of your heart, right? And just remember that the divine is with you in this at all times, right? You always have the divine safety and security. You always have the divine love. So regardless of what unfolds and happens with this particular new person, you can't you can be unshakable, maybe not 100%, but you can return to unshakableness through the divine and through just knowledge of yourself, right? This is beautiful. Overthinking it, yeah, I hello, I raise my hand as I volunteer as tribute. I overthink it all the time when I meet somebody new that I'm attracted to or interested in. It gets me in so much trouble. I am still growing and learning with that. Yeah. You're going to not run too early. Right. Well, why do we run, Linda? Right? We run because we're scared. We run because we don't feel safe or the excitableness of our heart feels uncomfortable. There's lots of different reasons that we run, you know. And if you're anything like me, I'm a little different when it comes to being a man. I'm not like other guys, basically, is what I'm saying. I really require a depth of connection to feel comfortable with somebody. And, one of the things that I don't know why I'm sharing this, so hopefully this relates, but one of the things that I've found recently that I do is I will feel a connection with somebody energetically or emotionally. And because that connection feels a certain potency or a certain strength or feels just really close, I will then share the depth of myself, which is something that I love to do. But what I recently learned is that if I do that without discerning whether or not this person is a fit for me, whether or not this person will get me, whether or not this person can hold space for all of my emotions, as sensitivities and like perspectives without trying to change me or make me different or how they see me, until I suss that out, I kind of need to be a little not guarded because unfortunately that's what happens when I share so freely and then find out that they can't hold that space for me. But I need to be discerning. That was what I came to recently. I did have an interaction with somebody in the last few months where I realized, oh gosh, I just assumed because of the connection that they can hold space for the way I feel, and they couldn't. And it doesn't mean they can't down the road. But then I just was like, why did I do that? Like, whoa. And that's when I realized I give my power away in certain ways in that sort of scenario, right? I give my power away to the emotional experience. I give my power away to the attraction. I give my power away to what I think about that person. Maybe I think they're beautiful, or maybe I think they're awesome, or maybe I think they're, passionate, or whatever qualities I'm like, getting like attracted to, right? I give my power away and then I forget that I need to retain the power of choice, of choosing them, because it's my life. I'm in charge of my life. I'm in charge of the decisions around it. I'm in charge of who I let in. And so I've decided, I don't 100% know how to do this, but I've decided to just be more discerning. And it's kind of fun. It's like it can be part of the flirting, it can be part of the playing, like checking out to see like if intelligence is of value in another, for you and another person. You can just sort of play with it and have fun in a flirty way, nothing mean or vicious, but just be like, you say something and then you can say to them, oh, well, I was guessing that you might be really smart or might be really intelligent, and now I see a little bit more of that. That's fun, right? A little, yeah, and discerning is a great word, isn't it, Bonnie? Yeah. Um, Bye, Jeanette, you gotta go? Okay. Yeah, so yeah, Diani, it sort of is the power of trust, but it's not so much trusting the other person, it's about trusting ourselves. Like, wow. I just said that out loud. That's so cool. Trusting ourselves, keeping the power in ourselves, not giving it away to the other person in the interactions, but keeping it, right? Our power is to discern and decide what's best for us. We we want to be discerning in who we let in because we love so deeply, because we care so much, because our spiritual journey is so important. Whatever the reasons are, whatever it is we're valuing, right? Trust ourselves to discern and make that decision. And then you know what I believe is possible? I haven't had this experience yet. Maybe someday I'll be able to report to you guys, or maybe Linda, you will be able to report about this if you practice it. But when we are discerning and then we keep our power to ourselves and we make that decision, I'm going to let this person in. Once we've discerned it, wow, imagine I can just feel how that feels. I've kept my personal power to me. I haven't given it away to the other person, which means they can't hurt me. If I keep my personal power, they can't hurt me because I haven't given them my power over me. Does that make any sense? Wow, that was like a huge download, guys. That was amazing. I'm so glad I'm recording this. Okay, yeah, I've said that. Yes, trust ourselves. Linda, too soon to tell, I think, but I appreciate your guidance. I don't know. Maybe that was for somebody else, Linda. Maybe it wasn't for you. Well, I'm not talking about other people's power to hurt us. I'm talking about giving away our power from which then, because we're sensitive spiritual seekers, we can then get disappointed. Whether that person is intentionally hurtful or not, I can get disappointed. I don't know. It may or may not be relevant, but that's one of the reasons I run away is fear of disappointment, personally, for me. So whatever it is, Linda, I love this for you. Uh, I love this experience. And again, I'm just circling back to embrace it. Embrace it with curiosity, embrace it with loving allowance, embrace it with fun. I mean, wow, how cool that you're meeting somebody new, right? Yeah, it's kind of fun. It's kind of it's not kind of fun. It can be fun. Life is meant to be fun, right? We're supposed to be here, not supposed to, but we are called to enjoy our lives to the fullest if we can, right? It's for you. Okay. Linda, I love you so much. That's awesome. I appreciate your vulnerability and being open-hearted and sharing that. And thanks for everybody listening. I haven't really talked about that insight on a live. Anywho, are you complete, Linda? Any questions? Need any clarification? Need a hug? Let's all hug Linda. Hmm. You got this, Linda. Awesome. Very, very cool. I love this for you. I cannot wait to hear how this unfolds. You got this. Yeah, you absolutely do. All right, my friends, it's time for our closing meditation, our circle of love. Ah, you're welcome, Diani. Am I saying your name right? Oh, Monica, I can't do a reading, dear. It's an hour and a half in, and I am complete. So we're just gonna do. You can reach out to me privately if you want, or come back on Sunday, and we'll hope that the spinny wheel calls on you then, if you'd like. Okay, thanks for understanding. Really appreciate it. All right, my friends, take a moment to tune into your body. Feet flat on the floor, or if you're laying down resting, connect with where your body is touching whatever piece of furniture you are currently on. And bring your hands, left hand first, right hand on top, right to the center of your heart, right to your amazing, delicious, delightful heart chakra. Just let everything slip and slide away. Focus the entirety of your mind on your heart space and how amazing and beautiful your own heart is. Herein lies the power of our emotions, power of our ability to love ourselves and others. Every time we suddenly feel deep appreciation without story or judgment, that is a moment of love. That is our heart calling us to raise our vibration and remember that we are love. You are love. I am love. We are all love together. I was once told that love is currently the highest vibration that humans can attain on the planet, and that someday in the future, there will be even higher vibrations that we can attain. But for today, my friends, it's love. And just drop right into that heart. I want you to look on in your heart space with great appreciation. Admire how tender your heart is. Recognize how strong it can be. Understand that even when it's closed, that's just the opposite end of fullness. It's still the heart. It's just closed for a moment and open another time. Just begin to really appreciate and relish and delight in how amazing your very own heart is. Its ability to hold all these characteristics at once, its ability to fill at an instant's moment or empty, to protect itself with a firm barrier, or to let go and relax and release. Its ability to love and its ability to hurt. They're all part of our beautiful, amazing heart. And as you pay loving attention to your heart space, watch as the light shines brighter and brighter from it, gently and steadily filling your entire heart space. Feel the warmth, brightness, feel it infuse the rest of your body. Feel it energize your very soul. We can tune into love at any time that we are willing to. It may take a little bit sometimes when we're not there, but eventually we can get there. And I want you to energetically just give yourself a huge hug and whisper to your very heart of hearts, thank you for all you do for me. Thank you for being here for me. Thank you for helping connect me to the divine love and to other people. Thank you for the reminder that I am not alone because we are all part of love. And when you're ready, keep your left hand on your heart and reach your right hand out in front of you, palm facing forward, and just picture placing it on the back of somebody else's heart here in the group today. And as you do so, watch as an energetic circle of love unfolds right before your eyes, filling the space of your mind. All 104 of us placing our hands on somebody else's back of their heart, holding our own heart at the same time. Take a deep breath in through your nose, then exhaling through your mouth, letting it all go. And a second deep breath in. And out. And one last deep breath in and letting it go. Ah. My friends, thank you for your time and presence here today. It was so delightful and delicious to be with you and share with you all. I hope that you gained something from the live. If you did, please feel free to donate, follow me on socials if you want. Check me out in the next live. Say hi if we see each other in another live. I love being here with all of you. I love doing these lives and I love working with people's journeys. So I welcome anyone to the next lives. I hope everybody enjoyed that. I need to wrap it up now. Much gratitude to you, Diani. Diani? Yes, Diani. And yeah, how's everybody feeling? You're welcome, Nicole. Thank you for your journey today. Namaste, Kim. Enjoy the future for me. My friends, I must go. Thank you for your donations and thank you for your time. I have to go prepare some supper because I's hungry. Yes, you're welcome, Bonnie. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the infinity that Monica inspired for us the other day and continues to do so. All right, my dear friends, take care of your heart. Be good and kind to yourself. Be kind to one another. And I will see you in one of my lives or love you or somebody else's live. Have a great evening, day, night, morning, whatever is next for you. All right, blessings. Bye.